Human displacement has been a consistent occurrence in the course of history, caused either by wars or by natural disasters. Irrespective of reason, the point to consider is how these displacements were managed. While the world remains concerned with reducing the number of displacements, the rising political and geographical situations have resulted in an increase in the number of IDPs, which shot from a total of around 17 million in 1997 to 28.8 million in 2012, and is still on the rise. There has been an increase in internal displacements over cross-border refugee movements. Power games reenacted in this region post-Soviet invasion in Afghanistan resulted in an unregulated increase on the Afghan-Pak bordering region. While suffering losses and in times of grief, Pakistan displayed the strength to persevere through courage and resilience. The operation in Swat was a wise and timely decision. When the terrorists were doing everything they could to destabilize the area, the Swat operation was equally astounding in success and recognition because simultaneously there was a parallel operation being executed to manage the TDPs. The operation was successfully executed in record time and with a meticulous level of military competence. The challenges faced by our Pak forces post-operation highlighted the importance of successful rehabilitation of displaced persons.
किसी जगह पे भी कोई कुर्बानी देने के लिए भी जो कहा गया तो हम दरेग नहीं करेंगे.
To cleanse the area of these terrorists and avoid collateral damages, displacements were essential. More operations resulted in more TDPs and their management subsequently. Managing the displaced locals is the most challenging task for Pakistani leadership as well as the armed forces.
आप बेघर होके आए हैं, अपने घरों से बेघर हुए हैं, तो हम इंशाल्लाह आपको परेशान नहीं होने देंगे. जितना भी पैसा खर्च कर सकेगी करेगी गवर्नमेंट यहाँ पे पैसा, चाहे वो अरबों हो या खरबों हो, क्योंकि ये आपकी खुशहाली और बेहतरी के लिए.
Each of these operations brought with it the challenge of exodus and consequent management. Terrorists used local villages as their fortress to fight armed forces, which resulted in mass destruction. While fleeing the villages, they caused maximum damage to the area. Zarb-e-Azb, in terms of scale, is the largest of all operations, being recognized by the world in cleansing terrorism from its roots. The cleansing of terrorism continued, and the operation was further stretched in the neighboring agencies of FATA, from a sanctuary where terrorists claimed their strongest hold. The model previously set up for Swat was much improved for South Waziristan. With previous experience in managing operations and TDPs, paved the way for successful rehabilitation of the South and North Waziristan affectees. Destruction has paved the way for reconstruction, and the hope for a better future has overtaken the memories of despair. Once the areas were cleared, the military has actively been focusing on restructuring and rehabilitation. Schools and colleges were constructed on a priority basis with the induction of modern-day educational systems.
I gained confidence and on getting satisfactory result, I stuck to the aim of either becoming an army officer or a doctor.
Building communities in affected areas.
हथियार हर किसी के पास मौजूद था. तो हालात आर्मी की वजह से बतौर बिल्कुल पहले से बहुत अच्छा हो गया.
Roads were constructed.
बिगड़े हुए हालात थे, अभी माशाल्लाह बिल्कुल ठीक हो गए. यहाँ ट्रैफिक भी बिल्कुल अच्छी तरह है और तालीम भी बिल्कुल ठीक हो गई है.
Agricultural projects are being introduced. Apiaries and poultry farms, among other modes of farming, are being set up. Markets were constructed
पहले हमारे यहाँ पे कच्चे दुकानें थे, मिट्टी का बना, अब अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह बेहतरीन मार्केट बना है।
Technical training is being provided to the locals in various fields.
दिन के वक्त ये मवेशियों में जाते हैं और असर के वक्त फुटबॉल खेलते हैं।
जब हमने यहाँ पे काम शुरू किया था चंद साल पहले, तो यहाँ पे बहुत ही बुरे हालात थे। अब पहले की निस्बत बहुत बेहतर हालात हैं, क्योंकि हमारे पास एक सिविल एम्बुलेंस मौजूद है जिसमें हम इमरजेंसी केसेस को भिजवा सकते हैं किसी भी वक्त।
The commencement of the rehabilitation plan is targeted to rebuild Waziristan and also contribute towards national growth.
However, ये जो रिटर्न होगा इसका दारोमदार अभी अवेलेबिलिटी ऑफ फंड्स पे होगा, क्योंकि ये सारी चीज बड़ी कैपिटल इंटेंसिव है।
Rehabilitation will generate opportunities for construction, industry, ancillary products and services. Upon successful elimination of terrorism from this region, the area offers innumerable options for locals and international investors to set up new industries and create employment opportunities. Economic prosperity will act as a barrier to the recurrence of terrorism in the region.
मैं आपसे रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा, जब मैं ये कहता हूँ इट इज टाइम फॉर द वर्ल्ड टू डू मोर, तो ये सारी जगह हैं जहां उन्होंने हमारे कबायली भाइयों की, इन इलाके के लोगों की, पाकिस्तान की मदद करनी है ताकि ये सारे इलाके जो हैं दोबारा से रिहेबिलिटेट हों और रीसेटल हो सकें।
The task of sending these people back home is enormous. Keeping in mind the magnitude of evacuation, subsequent reconstruction and rehabilitation efforts have to be taken into consideration. Besides support by the government and the national organizations, armed forces executed this task in a careful yet efficient manner. This could not have been possible without support from the friendly countries and international organizations.
इसी बात का इंतज़ार है कि हम लोग जो है अपने घर में चले जाए, अपने घर में पहुंच जाए। बिल्कुल ये ख्वाहिश हम सब रखते हैं और इसी ख्वाहिश का हमें इंतज़ार भी है कि इंशाल्लाह एक दिन आएगा, हमारे मुल्क में अमन भी होगा और हम लोग जो है आराम से चले जाए।
They are patriotic and courageous people who have contributed in supporting the armed forces to combat the evil of terrorism. They are a peace-loving and hospitable people with immense strength who faced hardships of leaving their homes in the hope of a better tomorrow for themselves, their children, and their country. The entire Pakistani nation stands by them in these difficult, challenging times for support and shares their agony. It is our moral obligation as a nation to make up for the damages that they have suffered by building better than before. The Pakistani nation needs solid support, not false promises. We as a nation are optimistically resilient. No tough times can break us or bring our spirits down.
पूरी कौम चाहती है कि हम दहशतगर्दी के नासूर से जान छुड़ाएं, हम अपने मुल्क को इस नासूर से पाक करें। तो आपको बिल्कुल घबराने की जरूरत नहीं है। आपके साथ हम हैं और हमारे साथ और आपके साथ पूरी कौम है। और इंशाल्लाह मैंने जैसे आपको बताया कि जल्द वो दिन आएगा जब इंशाल्लाह हम वापस आपको लेके जाएंगे और आपके अपने इलाके में खुशहाली आएगी और सुकून आएगा और पूरे मुल्क में भी एक खुशहाली और एक सुकून जो है वो सामने नजर आएगा।
The extraordinary strength of TDPs, the sacrifices they've made, and the courage with which they stand to support Zarbeas so selflessly is commendable.